My brain hurts so bad. Why did I decide to do this? So the rules of the game are simple. Once I sit down in this chair, I may not leave until the book is finished. Period. I read quite a lot, but I've never read an entire book from cover to cover in one sitting. Mostly because I thought my brain would probably melt and ooze out of my ears. Logically. I decided I should probably put it to the test. You know, for science. I scoured my bookshelf for a suitable book. I wanted something of average length, interesting, and yet not overly dense. I concluded that Breath by James Nestor would be a desirable book for this experiment. I then decided that if I was actually going to do this, I should probably figure out what I was getting myself into. I knew that it would be possible, but would it be worth the level of discomfort that I would need to go through? I was very surprised by what I found when researching this. Apparently there's a website that tells you how long it'll take to read a book that is wildly inaccurate. So, according to the internet, which we all know is basically gospel truth, sarcasm, for a 215-page book, aka the one I'm about to read, the average person should be able to do it in just under 4 hours. I am highly skeptical. I'm expecting closer to 6 or 8. Next, I needed a location that would be undisturbed for several hours. Luckily, my brother and his wife were gone, so I pretty much commandeered their entire house. I chose my spot, loaded it down with essentials like water, snacks, portable toilet. Wait, what? Yeah, that one didn't quite work out. My first course of action was to remove all distractions. Even a text message could set me behind by a few precious minutes. And when you're sitting in a chair for multiple hours on end, you kind of want to save your time. It's fun because a lot of these things, you know, like, I know I can do them, but it's like, like, can I actually do them? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this camera up as like a time lapse. I'll set it off here to the side, and I'm gonna run it till the battery goes dead. Obviously, I don't think it'll last the whole time, but we'll soon find out. And I'll try to have another camera with me so that I can like give you guys updates as I go and whatnot. I am 1 hour and 42 minutes in. Just finished chapter 3, and I'm not as far along as I was hoping. Yeah, so got a little bit of the book yet to go, but I can't leave this chair, so here I am. I'm still energized and excited at this point, despite the fact that this is taking longer than expected. As I keep reading, time kind of slows and just blurs together. 3 hours and 14 minutes in, and my brain is very tired. But my reading has dramatically increased, like my words per minute. Distractions have gone way down, which is pretty awesome. I'm on chapter 7, so I have 120 more pages to go, so not quite halfway. Awesome. Also kind of have to use the bathroom, so that could be a problem. There are no distractions. Minutes become hours, and I hardly notice them pass. I notice no stimuli other than what my eyes tell me. My mind is calm, and I almost feel like I'm actually living the story in this book and discovering things with the author. I have slightly changed my posture to obtain optimal levels of focus. Yeah, this book is really good, by the way. 5 hours in. I'm no more tired than I was 4 hours ago. I'm completely focused. At this point, my senses don't even register input other than what comes from the book. "6 hours, 5 minutes, and 31 seconds. I finished the book. There's an intense sense of accomplishment, and I sit back basking in the knowledge of everything I've just read. I mentally rehearse what I've just digested, and I realized that my memory retention is literally like 3 or 4 times what it normally would be. I've been sitting right there for the last 6 hours and 5 minutes. Whew. I did put a hurting on the Cheez-Its though. So not gonna lie, I really gotta use the bathroom right now, but I did want to record a little bit before I just peace out. That was a really, really good exercise. I've never felt quite like this before. This is really, really cool. Okay, first of all, very satisfying. Very satisfying to pick up a book, and I didn't read the acknowledgments, so I guess technically didn't read every word on it, but it was very satisfying to pick up a book and literally not set it down until you're done. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't talked in a long time, so my voice sounds really weird, which is cool. Well, first of all, the prediction on how long it would take to read that book at 300 words per minute is totally off. I Googled it and they said, yeah, 3.5, 4 hours maybe. Not even close. I looked it up on Scribd, which is an audiobook company, and their recording was 9 hours for it. And so that tells me that doing it in 6 hours shaved off 3 hours. So that's pretty good. I'll take it. Yeah, after about 3 hours, I feel like I just got locked in and just completely dialed in. My reading sped way up. I was very, very focused on what I was taking in. And it was cool because normally when you read a book, you read a chapter here, and it's hard to bridge the gaps of how they connect. With this experience, it absolutely was not that way. The chapters link together very, very well, and they correlate. He'd be in chapter 7, he'd talk about something that we covered in chapter 3, and it's normally I wouldn't remember very much about that, but now it's whoa, it ties the whole book together, which was really, really cool. Perhaps the most significant thing though that really stuck out to me is, I don't know, I don't quite know how to describe it, but there's a feeling of I'm tired. My mind feels a little bit like a watermelon. I feel like I have so much happening inside of here now. I just took in a lot of information, so my mind is slightly tired, but not very tired. I'm not exhausted. My mind is not exhausted. If anything, I'm just getting started. That was the warm up for something bigger. My eyes are not tired. You'd think normally that tires out your eyes, right? I've mentioned this in a lot of other videos, so I'm not gonna repeat myself, but I made a video on why people hate reading. So if you find it difficult to read for long periods of time, definitely watch that video because that had a huge impact for me. The feeling I guess I'm trying to describe a little bit is this, it's a sense of mental stillness, I guess. There's, I don't know, there's just zero distraction now for me. My focus, for one thing, I can pinpoint focus on thoughts and separate my thoughts much easier, and there's way less just chaos happening inside of my mind, which is really cool. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It's just this sense of mental stillness, I guess, like water. It's just there's no distractions really, it's just chill. If I could figure out how to keep that and maintain that, whoa. Because how focused I was for the last 6 hours reading this, if I could keep that level of focus on editing a video, wow, I would get some serious stuff done. And I think this is kind of what Cal Newport talks about in his book Deep Work. Just setting aside distractions, and you just focus in for a very extended period of time with one task, and you give yourself to no other distractions. And I think I'm experiencing a little bit of that and the satisfaction that goes with that. And maybe the coolest part is the simple fact that I did something I've never done before and maybe didn't even think I could do. I loved the sense of accomplishment and the utter lack of distraction. I feel very present and my thoughts don't feel fragmented or scattered. My mind feels very controlled. I was expecting this sense of accomplishment, but I was not at all prepared for the stillness that I experienced. So thank you for following along in this experiment. I was gonna do another video, or I was gonna originally do this video where I took either 1 hour or 5 hours to learn a new skill, like something that's difficult to learn that stretches my mind. And I couldn't decide on anything, so I was like, I've kind of just wanted to sit down and read an entire book, and I was like, it'd be fun. So I decided to do this instead. But I still want to do the other video. I need to think more about it. So if you have any ideas on what I could do that on, please, wow, my voice sounds super weird. Please leave a comment below and let me know if you've got any ideas, because I love watching those videos, and I would love to make them, you know, like I've learned like some pen spinning stuff, and I love like learning new skills, and I wonder if there's any other like pen stuff I could learn, or like, you know, taking a quarter and like flipping it over my knuckles. That'd be so cool. But just learning a skill with zero experience from scratch feels like kind of like this. Like it would just be really, really fun, and it would be stretching in a really good way. So we'll see if that happens.